Gratitude, gratitude. I'm gonna wait for a few people to come in, a few more people to come in. How's everybody doing tonight? Greetings, greetings. Peace and love. Peace and blessings to the family. Peace and blessings to the family. Peace, peace, peace. Gratitude, gratitude. All right, we're gonna wait till okay, we got 150. We're gonna go ahead and get started, family. I already know what time it is. You already know. I know what this means. My words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Fiat Lux. Greetings, gratitude, and blessings. We are back with another live stream, family. We're back with another live stream. Hope everybody has had a good week. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is doing great. So much going on in the world. So much going on in the world, family. I want to read to y'all tonight. How about that? If you're on a path of light, if you're on a spiritual path, period, right? But I'm specifically talking to my light warriors, the people that standing on business with the high vibrational energy. You know, they trying their best to walk this path. Prepare for glory. Prepare for glory, family. Prepare for glory. What in the world is Brother Yosef talking about? What is this man talking about? Prepare for glory. What I'm talking about, family, is all the hard work you put in spiritually, right? You're getting ready to create your own world. All right, I see y'all, family. You're getting ready to create your own world. Let me go back a little. Let me go back. So y'all don't think I'm making stuff up tonight, right? Let me go back a little bit, right? And before we get started, the Cyber Sorcery, October 11th. You don't want to miss it. Cyber Sorcery class, you can get your virtual tickets or your in-person tickets. If you never met Brother Yosef before, come on to the in-person. Come shake hands. Come show love. We would love to have you there. Cyber Sorcery, October 11th. In Houston, Texas, at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. We in there. Come on through, family. Come on through. We have a good time. So we have also, if you're a vendor, we have a few more spots for vendors. Right? We do have a link. It just popped up for vendors. So if you're a vendor, we got a few more spots. I don't think we got that many left, but we got a few more that you can get. You know, you can be a vendor at the event. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time, family. All right, so let's get to it. Also, let me say this too, because we almost out. Y'all looking to take it to the next level, right? That Lord Ganesha money medallion. Very, very powerful medallion. There's only a few left I got right now until the next batch come in. But you can get this on the website, newlifetools.org, O-R-G, newlifetools.org. This is the Lord Ganesha medallion. Lord Ganesha money medallion. It's the Lord Ganesha, and I took my money spell and put it up in the medallion. All right? Very powerful. You can also hold it in your right hand and call on Lord Ganesha, who is an all-powerful God, all-powerful, very loving towards humans. So it's a few of those left, family. All right. Somebody asking how they can let me see, where can I get the Buddha lecture again? You have to go to my tribal website, which is Kiowe Ministries.org, KioweMinistries.org. If you're thinking about joining the tribe, just understand there's a whole application first. So don't jump in there trying to join the tribe and think you're going to get in right away. It's a whole application process we put you through. So you can always come back around to that, but you just click off that because that's the first thing that pops up. And you can scroll down and hit Buddha Force lecture. And it's right there. All right? It's right there. Okay? And all that goes to help support the tribe. All right? Yes, I love all y'all too. I love all y'all too. So prepare for glory, family. Last year in December, I did a video. Family. Was it last year in December? I believe it was. I think it was a live stream too. I think it was a, yeah. Hold on, family. No regret, family. November 17th. So I did this in November, right? 2023. It was called 2024, The Point of No Return, right? November 17th, 2023. All right. 2024, The Point of No Return. I told you guys in that video. All right. I haven't done a video on talking about every year since 2020. But I told you guys in that video how everything is about to change. This year will be the marker. This will be like a John the Baptist year. Who is John the Baptist? I'm pretty sure all the Christians know. Right? Who is John the Baptist? John the Baptist was the one who prepared the way for a certain energy that was coming to the planet. Right? I'm not going to say Jesus, but I'm going to say the Christ energy. The John the Baptist energy prepared the way. 2024 is preparing the way for the rest of our lives. Right? And there's so many people talking about what's happening right now. I just wanted to go back and show you guys I've been talking about that. It's preparing the way. This year, y'all know I've been talking about ETs coming to the planet as we get closer into the fourth dimensional vibration. All these things happening. Well, it's all about to come to the head. In the meantime, you don't need to be looking and waiting. That's what you don't need to be doing. Don't be waiting on never wait on nobody. Do for self. Right? This is not a fair video to tell you guys get ready because the world's going to end. This is a video to tell you to get ready for glory. Get ready to receive all the rewards that you've been working so hard for on your spiritual path. You've been praying, you've been studying, you've been meditating, and you ain't been seeing no results. You've been praying, you've been studying, you ain't seeing no results. So you wake up the next day and you pray and you study and you meditate and you don't see no results. And then you get in front of your altar and you get on your knees and you ask the gods to come see you and you don't see no results. You don't see no results. You don't see no results, but you've been faithful to the path. The God see you. Your higher self sees you. These are facts. And your glory is coming. What do I mean by glory? Glory could be looked at in so many different ways. And by the way, we're going to be reading tonight I'm going to read a little bit from this book here. I've told you guys about this book years ago. We back around to it, The Genius Frequency, right? We back around to it. Somebody said faith is nothing without patience. I agree. And that is the number one issue with a lot of younger people in spirituality. You guys have zero patience. You know what I'm saying? Zero patience, family. Patience is a virtue. Y'all see the Kung Fu movies when he's teaching a young warrior how to be a Kung Fu practitioner. And the first thing the old master says is, be patient. Be patient. Patience is everything. You know, and a lot of people are not patient because they want the power. I can't say it enough. A lot of people want the power, but they don't want to be the vessel for the power. They just want to hope and pray one day the power comes to them without being a vessel. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about, preparing yourself for this energy, for this power, for this beautiful future. We're going to go through a dark time. It's a fact. All right? We're going to go through a dark time. It's a fact. But eventually those dark times will be banished by the light. It's just a fact. All right? So what do you need to be doing to prepare for your glory? What is glory? Glory can be looked at as so many different things, family. Glory. So many different things. Glory is the hard work you did and then you see a reward. That could be glory. On a deeper level, your aura, the energy around your body, the aura, is also called the glory. I broke that down in Mystic Mind Conference back in the day. All right? The Mystic Mind Conference back in the day. The aura is also considered the glory. And the more information or light or memory, right? Memory is also light. That's all light is memory, right? The more memory you put inside your aura by doing the work, some of y'all think it's always a spiritual thing. No, it's a mind thing, right? Because what you're dealing with, and I can't say this enough, spirituality is technology. It's technology that you don't understand yet. You'll get deeper into that in the cyber sorcery class. Spirituality is nothing but technology. And there's certain programs that exist that if you put this technological pieces together correctly, you can get results. You know, you mix the 4 elements together, you can manifest something. You want to manifest something higher, mix the 5 elements. You want to manifest something higher, mix 6 elements with it. You want to manifest something divine, mix 7 elements with it. I just gave y'all a gem right there. But if you don't know what exists past earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, then you lost. You ain't even been studying enough. You ain't been reading the books that Brother Yosef been telling you to read. Right? You ain't been reading the books that Brother Yosef been telling you to read. Read those books. The books that you don't want to read is the ones you need to be reading because you need to have an understanding. I'm talking to you guys tonight. I could be dropping so many other bombs and doing videos on, you know, the Pleiadians and all this other stuff. I need to talk to you guys every now and then. Right? Because I care. That's why I want to make sure y'all get an understanding over everything else. Even the Bible said, Solomon said, more than you get knowledge, get an understanding that can manifest itself in a wisdom. So you can learn how to use what you have. Too many people want power. The power is already yours. But if you don't build the spiritual fortitude and a spiritual body for it, then you can't have that power. You can't have access to it. It's going to make you work for it. It's going to make you work for it. You know what I mean? from a spiritual perspective, I do believe in tough love. I do believe in tough love to a certain extent. Because sometimes spiritually, we all can be lazy, including myself. I've been there before where I wanted to be lazy and didn't want to do things spiritually. I've been there before. But in the beginning of my spiritual walk, y'all, I'm grateful because I was more trying to see what happens if I read these books and I practice some of the practices over trying to see if I can make things levitate or trying to see if I can pull lightning down from the sky. That's the issue here. That's the unbalancing. I know because I talked to a bunch of young people all around the world, not just in America, all around the world. I talk to young people and they always be talking about power. And I'm trying to tell you, got to twist it. You got to twist it. Same thing in this world. You want power in the world, but you just want it given. You don't want to really build your company to obtain the power, to be a powerful person or powerful company in the world. You see what I'm saying? So that's what glory is. Glory is the thing that you have obtained. Glory is memory. It's memory. I did a whole video called How to Take Memory with You After Death. Go back and watch that video. Giving you gems all over the place. Right? So I have obtained, it's important that we obtain memory. And by reading certain books, we can remember. It's not so much that we're learning. A lot of us are just remembering. It makes sense to you. When you say, man, that makes sense, it's a memory. That's why it makes sense to you. You're having a memory. It's not that you're learning, you're remembering. So the next time you listen to me, or you listen to somebody else, or you read a book and you say, dang, man, that makes sense. You just remembered something. You just remembered something important. I didn't teach you nothing. My job is to make sure you remember. I want to help you remember. That's why I could do a video every day about a new spell that could blow your mind. A new spell every day. But what is it really going to benefit you if you can't get off the planet? I failed as a teacher. If you don't know the ins and outs to even get off the planet on a basic level, it's so many ways to get off the planet. Some people teach from a perspective that it's only one way to get off the planet. Or no. You have different paths, different ways. Based on your personality, you know, and we'll go back into it again, the left hand, right hand path. I tell y'all all the time, nothing wrong with that path. Just people just choose to walk a more extreme way. But it's called the left hand path because it's still God's hand. The right hand path is God's hand as well. And so is the left hand, it's all God. Some people just in their personality have a more extreme way. And you have been manipulated and mind controlled to think that things are evil. That's not even evil. It's just more extreme. It's just more extreme. All right. Why is my cat cutting up? It's just more extreme, family. All right. So whatever path you choose, get on it today. Get on it right now. Get on it today. Don't delay. Embrace your glory. Don't worry about what's happening in the world. Right? Since I've been on here, we know what happened. Right? Biden stepped down. Trump was almost assassinated. Kamala Harris is coming in now. And didn't I warn y'all last time? I said, hey, you don't want Kali Ma becoming the president. During the Kali Yuga. But something is happening. We're going to trust the process. We're not going to get afraid. We're not going to worry. We're not going to do none of that. And by the way, shout out to the goddess Kali Ma. I love the goddess Kali Ma. I want no smoke. She don't play, Jack, about her kids either. She don't play. You know what I mean? But she's a divine goddess. Just because she deals with destruction don't mean she's evil. Just because Anubis is a god of the underworld and he deals with the dead doesn't mean he's evil. We got to stop thinking that things that look bad is bad, right? Actually, the more weirder it looks, the deeper the secrets. The deeper the secrets. All right? And you guys got to understand that. Okay? So embrace your glory. And I don't want you to embrace your glory by just talking. I want you to do the work. But I want to give you guys some things to think about. So we're going to read from this book here. Just a couple things, and then we're going to answer some questions. I'm going to go back and forth answering questions. I want to just read some things to give y'all some things to think about. And we're also going to be reading from this book here, An Ancient Science of Nature and the Human Soul. A banger. Why you don't got it? Ben gave this book out. Why you don't got it? Some of y'all got it. Some of y'all got it, right? So, you come across certain gems in the spirit world, in the book world, and you got to hold on to them. These two are gems. These are two gems right here. All right? So what I'm saying and what I'm reading tonight is for everybody that's on the path. Get ready to get back everything you want, because you really have the opportunity to create your own world now, more than you ever had before. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. The only thing constant in the universe is change. Change. It's always going to change. But we've been programmed to think it's only going to get worse. For some people who want to be in zombie apocalypse and murderous situations, y'all see them people driving around with the cars, the zombie apocalypse. I thought that was only upstate when I lived up in New York. I thought it was just crazy people up there. No, they down in Houston too. They got zombie cars. And they believe that the zombie apocalypse is happening any day. They're going to live in that world. They're going to get exactly what they want. One day you're going to wake up. And remember, I told you this. And the world is going to be different for you. It may happen in pieces. You may wake up one day and forget your friend ever existed, your best friend, because you've been trying to hold on to that best friend, trying to help them be spiritual, and you've been working on your spiritual self. And you wake up and your friend Shaquisha, she don't even exist no more. And you don't even remember her. How about that? Not only does she not exist, you don't even remember her. Right? Shaquisha gone. Yeah, you might have been on a spiritual path and you've been dealing with a dude and he ain't where you need to go, and you wake up, you roll over, he gone. You don't remember this dude. He wants to be a bum, he gonna get exactly what he wants. He gonna live in a bum world. Right? You got your girlfriend or wife that don't want to listen and don't want to do what she want to do and snap off at the mouth. She gonna live in a lonely world. You think I'm joking, don't you? You think people are really not gonna wake up and not remember? You're gonna start hearing people talk about it. I feel like I feel good, but I feel like something's missing. I feel like something's missing in my life. Like, I feel like I don't know, whatever. The first time it happened to me, family, was in 2016. I know I woke up in a new universe. My wife was the same, right? We just had a baby, right? The baby was like, 2017? She was going on 2. But at the same time, it's like I forgot somebody. I left something behind. That's how I really feel deep inside. I feel like I left something behind in 2017. I don't remember what it was. But I had there was a leap or a jump in my consciousness. And I woke up one morning and woke up in a new universe. Mark my words. Remember I was telling y'all that. You're going to wake up and people that you was trying to hold on to, that you wanted to be spiritual and they didn't want to listen, they're just going to be gone. You ain't going to remember them. I was just talking to somebody today about this, and this is the same reason why you don't remember most of your past lives, because you don't need to remember it. It's probably too traumatic, and it can stop you from growing. So you've already time jumped when you was born into this world. You left things in a past life, in a whole nother timeline that still exists today. You left those things in another timeline that still exists today. You just ain't there. You in 2024. That timeline still exists though. Energy can't be created or destroyed. But because we live in an illusionary world, we need to understand that time really is an illusion. And once you hit the fifth dimension, time is pointless. We just don't have the capacity mentally as humans to really understand why we don't need time. So I would say like the higher levels of the fourth dimension and definitely the fifth dimension doesn't really deal with time like that. But we're going to talk about that a little bit today. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. All right. I want to read something to you. Once again, we're reading from the book, The Genius Frequency. I've been reading this book for probably over, 10 years. It's a must-have. It's going to give you things to think about. Sometimes when you think, you have these epiphanies, and these are memories. You have these memories that pop up from reading books. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense to you because you heard it before, or you probably used to live it, right? But you come across these really good books every now and then. So we're talking about the altered ego. The altered ego. The altered ego is also the area or frequency of thought that the intellect passionately guards against for the purpose for blocking the channel to this frequency. Why? Because the intellect is the function of the altered ego. The intellect is the function of the altered ego. Sometimes in spirituality, you can't think about it. You just got to go for it. Simply, the altered ego is a mechanism of self-service rather than service to that which is created by the one creator. I read that again. Simply, the altered ego is a mechanism of self-service rather than service to that which is created by the one creator. And let me jump to this. Thus, increasing the frequency. This is all stuff y'all need to hear. It's going to give you some things to think about. Thus, increasing the frequency of the biocomputer diminishes the altered ego. Diminishes the altered ego's tenacious hold upon the awareness of the entity as to its limitations. Learning higher frequency teachings. It don't always take magic. It don't always take rituals. It don't always take spells. It takes changing your mind. Changing your mind. It's that simple. Learning higher frequency teachings beyond what the altered ego allows raises the overall frequency of the biocomputer, meaning your human body. Frequency and energy are synonymous. And you may liken to a transducer as it converts energy fields into thought forms. And you may liken it to a transducer. Well, let me read the first part. You may liken the body to a capacitor as it performs the functioning of storing energy, and you may liken it to a transducer as it converts energy fields into thought forms. Okay? As it converts energy fields into thought forms. Thought forms. Did a whole video about thought forms. Negative thought forms. You can create positive thought forms. Positive thought forms. Uh, what's the I see the devil in here already. What do I call my y'all hold on one second. I don't forgot the name. What I'll call him. But to my peoples, there's a person in here named Jesus Christ the King. Just kick him out, or daughter of the King. Who's talking about Jesus came into the flesh and he's coming very soon. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. I just removed him though. I just removed him. Moderator. I forgot the word moderator for a second. I'll be having so much in my mind. But I just got him, family, so don't worry about it. I just took her out because that's the distraction. But that's what the negative energies do. They work through Christians. See? They work through Christians. I'm giving y'all something deep to think about. And this lady come here and talking about Jesus Christ is the King. It don't make me mad. It's funny that people are that lost. And it's probably a troll just joking. Yeah, it's all good, family. It's all good. Somebody said name the book again. It's called The Genius Frequency. The Genius Frequency. But we ended with, and you may liken it to a transducer as it converts energy fields into thought forms. Right? That's important to understand because you need to understand that you can evolve and change your whole mindset and grow spiritually from the way you think. It's not always about spells and rituals and magic. You can control your life, right? You can control your life. You can control your spiritual energy by your thoughts. Stop thinking on the things that don't matter. Right? Some people come on YouTube channels and look for a person's flaw and try to focus on that. But if you're talking to the right person, they don't care what you're talking about. We all got flaws. Right? I know I piss people off. Because I'm a big guy and I'm a spiritual. I have these spiritual experiences. The vegans don't like it. It ain't fair. I'm messing with y'all. I'm messing with y'all. I don't want no smoke vegans. I like to mess with y'all every now and then. You know what I mean? It's all good. But I want to read this next part, family, if I can find it. And this is going to be from the other book we have. Okay. Boom. I believe there's 3 parts to it that I want to read to you guys. I'll read these 2 parts. And this is from the book Samkhya. I could be saying it wrong. Who cares? Do you get the knowledge? An ancient science of nature and the human soul. Here's the author. All right. By Ivan Antic. Ivan Antic. All right. Each vibration of the divine particle that creates a field in the form of torus. It creates a field in the form of a torus. I want to know where I get these ideas from sometimes. Right? This is a torus field on a medallion. In the very center is the Gayatri mantra. Right? So just having this on is creating divine energy. Tauruses can create divine energy. I'm on page 77, but I'll be skipping around. Each vibration of the divine particle, it creates a field in the form of torus, a torus field. Such fields form everything that exists, from galaxies to planets. Right? I'm trying to shatter your reality right now and what you think is important. Such fields form everything that exists, from galaxies to planets, and all living forms, human beings included. The energy field of humans is torus-shaped. The energy field of a human is torus-shaped. That means that your, and I've said this many times, your actual design of a human is divine. But our mind makes it non-divine. Get your mind right. All right? Get your mind right. All right, we want to make sure we get our mind right, family. And the heart of each torus, the one that forms the atom, as well as the one that forms the galaxies, there is an empty field of akasha, dark energy, ether. This empty field of akasha, it's funny because they call the oldest vampire Akasha. The empty field of Akasha is what is commonly known as the black hole. Nowadays, hence the center of each torus field is a black hole. A torus field, sacred geometry is so powerful. That's why I tell you guys to hang up the Sri Yantras and the geometric pictures of like Metatron's cube, the flower of life, the seed of life. All these geometric shapes are extremely powerful. They're creating energy fields in your house, positive energy fields. You're looking at a real universe when you look at a Sri Yantra. That's what this book is saying. If you go deeper, I broke that science down in the quantum body lecture. How you can pray and put your prayers into a Sri Yantra and get back something. The Sri Yantra is your universe. It is your universe. You're looking at the universe when you look at a Sri Yantra. The ancients were so advanced, they could put the whole universe in a piece of paper. Map it out, shape it out. The Sri Yantra. And the very center of a Sri Yantra is what? The Bindu seed, the black dot, the black hole. Y'all understand now? So if the black hole is there, it's a field. So when you wear a Sri Yantra around your neck, you're wearing a field of energy, a protective energy. When you wear a pentagram around your neck, you're wearing a field of energy. And depending on how you flip it, it can become magnetic or electric. It's naturally electromagnetic, but depending on how you flip it, it could pull or it could push. But it's protective in either way. All right? These things create black holes, fields. These geometric fields on a piece of paper can create a black hole. What's inside of a black hole? Light. The black hole is like death to light because it transfers light. I'm not saying it kills light. Death is nothing but a transformation vehicle. Like when people pass away, we say they transcended, right? They made the transition. Darkness allows light to be to do a transition. That's what the black hole does, from one universe to the next. So that black hole is taking light from one universe and giving it to another universe. The Sri Yantra, the torus field, the pentagram, the seed of life, the flower of life. Take the flower of life and just label it to your water. Just get a piece of paper and put a glass of water on a flower of life, a seed of life, and watch your water change. Your water will taste different. Give it 1 hour. Your water will taste different in 1 hour. A lot of people ask, oh, I need all this protection. Just get some of these geometric shapes and hang them up in your house. Especially the Sri Yantra. Right? You ain't got to go all deep and looking for all this. It's right there. Even a Vajra, especially a four-sided Vajra, creates that. A field of energy. The helm of all creates a field. Field is another word for shield. So if a geometric shapes make a field, it makes a shield of energy. Yes, the vagina is the black hole that can suck light in and bring a child from another dimension. Ain't that something? That's why, sisters, you got to protect that thing. You got to protect it. It's divine. Give it to the right person. That thing is divine. We all come out of there. That's how we get here, from a whole nother universe. Through that black hole. I came from my mama. You came from your mama. Your daddy was the thought. Or the thoth. The thought. Right? That gave you that helped open the womb door. He just gave his seed. He gave his information over. Or his thoughts. That's all sperm is. It's light. I told you guys before, what is light? It's information. So sperm is nothing but your father's information. His thoughts. And his grandmother's thoughts. And his father's thoughts. All the thoughts of his ancestors were put into that moment of ejaculation to help make you. And then your divine mother, whether she knows she's divine or not, she took the seed and the egg and formed a whole new universe inside of you. Something to think about. All right. Let me answer some questions here. I ain't answered no questions tonight. But I'm saying all this, family, to give you guys clarity and encourage you, to help you get on a path and stay on a path. I go through it like anybody else. I just went through a whole hurricane. I'm right back at it. Right? It is what it is, family. We all go through it. Nothing should stop your spiritual growth. Let it be the number one thing. Desire it. Always want it. Always want to grow. Because this is not the time to be giving up. This is not the time to be going back to church. Or back to the mosque. Or wherever you're trying to go. This is the time to stay on your spiritual path. I shouldn't have to say what a person needs to do on their spiritual path. Unless you're new. If you're new, then we could talk about it. But if you've been watching my video for years, you know what you should be doing. Altar work, reading, which people skip a lot. Reading to get an understanding. Right? So you want to read to get an understanding. And then you want to do energy work. There's a lot more you can do, but just those three things right there. Altar work, Reading books, not super advanced books that you know you ain't ready for. Come on down back to earth and learn them 4 elements, 5 elements, and then take it higher. There's multiple elements, y'all, that exist beyond earth, air, fire, water. Do you know light is an element? Light is an element. You can keep manifesting things from a higher perspective if you know how to put the elements in there. That's why you got a 5-pointing star and a 6-pointing star. But I don't want to give it all away. Y'all just need to read and understand, just like I had to read and understand. Because it's not all about magic, but you want to have an understanding of magic because you live in a world that is a computer. The whole world is a computer. The spells and rituals you do is nothing but programs. And if you do them correctly, they could become hacks. You can hack into the system and get whatever you want from it. Cyber sorcery, 101. It gets a lot deeper, but the first process is the understanding what type of world you live in. We get stuck on the physical, but we don't know what the physical world really is. It's a program. And I've been saying it for years. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying it for years, family. So let me answer some questions here. Who got some questions? I know a few people asked them, but I can't go all the way back to the top. You're going to have to re-ask it. I have a strong electric sensation in my third eye, and it zaps up my forehead, down my spine. I was told that this is my Kundalini energy. But what do I do with this? So you can take Kundalini energy, family, and be creative with it. Pay attention to your thoughts when that happens, because you can get a brand new idea. Kundalini energy is used to create. That's what the whole sex force is. When you're having sex, you're creating, not just babies. That's the primitive form of sex. Is to do it for pleasure and to have babies. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's really what it is. Having sex on a basic level is primitive, to have babies. The more advanced version of it is to manifest, to change the world. The universe is constantly having sex. The universe is constantly creating. So that energy comes from the great mother that we call Kundalini, the cosmic mother. Kundalini energy, the great serpent. The great mother is a dragon. The great mother is a dragon, the real great mother. And she gave you a gift called the Kundalini energy. And that is her power. And it's so powerful that if you tap into it the wrong way, you can spontaneously combust. It's happened to people. And I said it once before, and I'll say it again. I've never actually worked on my Kundalini energy. I worked on my chakras, and my Kundalini energy naturally rose to where it needed to go. I did chakra work over. I know people who chakras are not even ready, and they work on their Kundalini. You're going to hurt yourself. That's a powerful, powerful force you're dealing with. Open up those chakras first. Stop trying to do the advanced stuff and deal with the basic stuff before you hurt yourself. I've had people who just got into spirituality tell me they're doing Kundalini exercises. I'm like, why? What are you doing? Open those chakras up so it can have a pipe to go through. Make sure the chakras are clear and open and cleansed. And then you can work on your Kundalini if you choose. But the Kundalini is a natural part of who you are, and it can definitely rise naturally. Somebody asks, is my fire dragon a form of cyber sorcery? No. The fire dragon has nothing to do with cyber sorcery. Is it possible to read more about the timeline shifts? Or can you go deeper into blood types, activation? You mentioned some lives back. I don't know. It's probably not in a book. I don't understand what that question fully means, family. You asked 3 questions, and let me see. Read more about the timeline shifts. Or can you go deeper on blood types? There's no really deep thing to blood types, right? It's all based on what you're mixed up with. There's nothing spiritual about it, but it's good to know that in a state of evolution and spirituality, that the oldest blood type will always evolve first, whatever the oldest blood type is, and then the other blood types will follow. Now, if you're doing heavy spiritual work, you could be an A positive or A negative or A B, and you could evolve with the rest of everybody else. But on a basic level, from that perspective, the oldest blood type will always evolve. All right. But that's what we've been talking about all these lives, the time shifts. I don't know if people want me to say something specific about the time shifts, but we go through time shifts all the time. If you are sensitive to energy, you felt it in the past 2 weeks. You felt it. I know all last week, y'all, I didn't wake up till after 10 o'clock in the morning. All last week. I didn't wake up to 10 o'clock in the morning. I just wasn't tired. I mean, excuse me. I couldn't. I was so tired. I'm better this week, but last week, for some reason, I was just drained. And just to let you guys know, I think it's next week, the Mercury retrograde hits. So this is a great time to go inside, not to run scared and fear the Mercury retrograde. We don't do that no more. We never done it. You don't fear the Mercury retrograde unless you don't understand it. It's not to be feared. It's to be respected. And if you do what you're supposed to do, sit down, take the universal time out, read, study, get to know yourself, come up with a new idea, a new plan that you want to do for your life during the Mercury retrograde. The most amazing ideas will come to you during that time. The most amazing of ideas will come to you during the Mercury retrograde. All right? Let's see here. Peace, Chief. I talked to my wife about us switching timelines when Trump was supposed to have gotten killed. I heard you mention it yesterday. Yeah, I talked about that in the Patreon channel a little bit, but he was definitely supposed to go, family. He was supposed to go, and then Biden was supposed to go, and then Kamala was supposed to be president. Either way, she was supposed to be the president. Either way, she was supposed to be the president. But because he didn't go, now it's a big issue. Something that was divine, a divine presence. The reason why that man not dead. Now, could they try it again? They could. They could try it again. We'll see. But we don't know. In the meantime, because he didn't go, everything changed. See, the timeline is affected greatly when a very big figure who constantly affects humanity, a president, a dictator, a person who owns $1 billion company, a famous basketball player, Kobe Bryant. That was a timeline shift, right? When a big figure like that passes away, it changes the whole world, especially if they go in the way they wasn't supposed to go. It changed the whole world. But if a regular person who doesn't really have a huge effect on humanity goes, it changes reality a little bit. A little bit. So timeline shifts are constantly happening on different levels. Every time you make a decision, the timeline shifts. Right? Every time you make a decision, the timeline shifts. Exactly. The Deadpool movie is all about timelines. Ain't that crazy? What a perfect timing. And him and Wolverine are immortal. They can't die. They can't die. Somebody said it's in Kobe's birth chart that he would die in that manner. Okay. Even if he would die in that manner, the whole world changes when a very loved person passes away. It does things to people. Sometimes it puts people on the right path. When Michael Jackson died, the world changed. When Prince died, the world changed. The world changed, family. You see what I'm saying? So we are here, and I want you guys to be encouraged and to embrace your glory. Stay the course. Remember what we just read about having a positive mindset, how it can actually transform you into a better person. It's the mind. This is why I tell people to walk the eightfold path. I'm not trying to put you in a religion. I'm trying to form your mind to be more divine and righteous. So you can become that vessel, which is the most powerful thing you can ever do spiritually. I keep saying that. Somebody said, what path? It's a path I tell people to they should get into called the Eightfold Path. I talk about it in my book as well. You don't have to follow the Eightfold Path. You can follow the Kabbalah path, the whatever other path you want. Follow a path, though. Too many spiritual people have no conviction. They live a non-challenging spiritual life. And that's a fact. They live a non-challenging spiritual life. And some people teach a non-challenging spiritual life. Like, it's not, you don't have to, you're a God, you can just do whatever you want. That sounds good. You see what I'm saying? But how are you changing your mind if you're not challenged? You can keep making the same mistakes over and over and over if you're not. Part of the spiritual journey is walking a set of principles and morals. You just have to. And any person that's really into it, they know that's the truth. No matter what side you on, left-hand path, right-hand path, middle path, it don't matter. Everybody, if you in a real school or you really getting down with a real teacher, there's certain guidelines and principles you got to follow. You see what I'm saying? Certain guidelines and principles you got to follow, family. All right? Power becomes vain without integrity. I love that. I was just having a men's meeting last night in my tribe, and we was talking about integrity, how important it is to have integrity. Are you the same person when nobody's looking? Or are you faking and shaking? I get that word from church back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Pastor be in the audience correcting people, talking about lifestyles. And he's like, all right, no faking and shaking. No faking and shaking. You know what I mean? And like I told you guys before, it's a lot I had to give up on the right-hand path or on this path, period, just to be better. You see what I'm saying? Things that were programmed into me mentally, I had to get rid of those things. Right? So either you on this path or you ain't. And real recognize real. I see people spiritually, I can recognize, okay, they really, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of it got to do with their personality. If you're trying to show off to me all the time, then I know you may not be real. You're talking too much. You're showing off too much. You don't got to show it. If you real, somebody gonna recognize, okay, this person got real, they really evolved. I met so many people randomly just walking around like that. A book title for doing energy work. There's so many different book titles I gave out over the years, but I always told people to start with The Fusion of the Five Elements by Mantak Chia. One of the first books that taught me how to transmute energy. It taught me about the energy inside my body. I never really understood it until I read that book. Fusion of the Five Elements by Mantak Chia. And I would just say get all his books. And then it can go up from there on energy work. All right. Hi, Brother Joseph. How do you stay balanced having a spiritual life, but staying grounded? How do you balance having a spiritual life, but still staying grounded? Principles and morals. I walk a certain path that convicts me. That's how I stay grounded. Spiritual morals, morals, having morals and principles. What type of man? Look, if you're a man in this world and you don't have any morals, let me say this, sisters, don't date no man unless he has some type of morals and principles about him. Because that means he's standing for something. I was just saying this last night as well. I was like, the reason why a lot of sisters like street dudes ain't because they bad. It's because them street dudes got morals and principles even in the streets. You don't snitch. You don't do certain things. They live by a code. Spiritually, a lot of people live by codes. Some people don't. And if you don't live by a code spiritually, I can't trust you. You see what I'm saying? So, sisters, make sure the man that you pick is a man of principles and morals. Because now he has something that he believes in, that he stands on. He could raise a family. He could teach you things. He can teach you his principles and morals. That's a fact. So I encourage every young man on here to start finding principles and morals, even if you just find something, it could be anything. 48 laws of power. You can live by the 48 laws of power. But if you're spiritual, you want to go a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? So to answer that question, how do I stay grounded? I live by a certain set of principles and morals. I have integrity. I'm the same person. When you meet me in person and when nobody's around, I'm the same person. And I'm always striving to be righteous, striving to be better. Even when I'm home with my wife. There's certain things I just don't like in the house. There's certain things I don't allow. This house is standing on principles and morals. It's what we're doing. It don't make you tough. It means that you got your stuff together. So I like the Eightfold Path because it is the most challenging. Yeah. Eightfold Path will give you a whipping and tell you to get your hand out the way. You know what I'm saying? Move your hand and take these licks. The Eightfold Path. Right? And that's an aspect of Buddhism. See, but the problem is this. Most people don't study. So they think Buddhism is religious. They think Buddhism is religious. It's not religion. There's 3 different types of Buddhism. I broke that down in the Buddha lecture. It can be religious, but in its true essence is not. How do you find the right woman in life? I'm 17. Okay, brother. If you're 17, be focusing on what your passions right now. Don't be focusing on no girl. You need to focus on becoming a man first. If you're trying to find the right woman, why would you want the right woman and you're only 17? I'm trying to get you to think about something. You don't need to be focused on having no girlfriend right now. If it one pop up, hey, you got a girlfriend. It is what it is. You need to be focused on becoming a man. And at 17, I will tell you, start living yourself by find morals and principles to stand on as a man and stand on that. Because a real man is always going to respect you for that. If I'm on the phone with another man and he acting like a female, all emotional, then you know what? I know you're not standing on certain morals and principles. Because I can't talk to you like a man. But 2 men that got morals and principles that they believe in can always talk. Right? Back in the day, this was normal. Like another king or another man, and and if they had to fight, they would go outside, they would square up, and then they come back in and shake each other's hand. And everybody going about their business. But that's why a lot of young people walk around just shooting other people because they don't have no morals and principles. Let me see. They got married 17 and younger, ancient times. But yes, you're right, family. But you got to understand, this ain't the ancient times. And also, the reason why they could do that so young is because their parents had sheep and goats, and they were farmers, and they had wealth, right? They had generational wealth that was being passed down from son to son, to daughter. So if your father owned all the goats in the land, and your family was farmers, they had most of the farming in the land, then when y'all came together, y'all was a power couple for the family. That don't exist like that today. A lot of so-called black people today are just now figuring out generational wealth. And not even just black people. A lot of people, period, today are just figuring out what generational wealth is. So I understand where you're coming from. People did get married at 17. I got friends that was married at 18, right? My parents was married very young, but you got to understand the ancient times that was different, right? It was more of a business thing when people got married, and then you learn to love each other along the way. That's really what it was about. Because your daddy was telling you who you was marrying. There wasn't nothing you could do about it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you could do about it. Because if that boy can benefit the family, then you was marrying that boy. If that girl daddy could benefit her family, could benefit the family and make us stronger, then you marrying that girl. That's how it was. Arranged marriages. So it was more of a business thing back in the day. This ain't them times. Today you could marry somebody and y'all both could be broke in the house. And nobody don't know where to go past that. You see what I'm saying? So as a young man, do yourself a favor. Don't focus on having a girlfriend right now. Focus on getting your money up and becoming a good man. Live on morals and principles and won't be so many men out here that cheat. Shaking some bushes. You shaking some bushes. Y'all, my brothers, y'all know I love y'all, right? But I'm really telling the truth. A lot of reasons why we mess up because we don't have morals and principles when it comes to women. Sometimes the morals and principles, if your morals tell you have right actions and right minds and right thoughts, then you won't do the things. And we know sisters cheat too, women cheat too, right? Women cheat too. I'm just saying in relationships, it won't be some more of that if the family itself stood on principles. A lot of y'all stand on church principles and don't follow that. I'm going to take it down a notch. I feel like I'm preaching or something like that. I'm just keeping it real. Can we keep it real? We all adults, right? When I was young and married, me and my wife used to fight like cats and dogs. We was kids. We didn't understand nothing. We had to learn how to be married. You see what I'm saying? So I could talk some junk. I never cheated. My wife never cheated. But we've been through everything else. You understand? We've been through everything else. So my whole thing is like, I'm just keeping it real with y'all, right? We need morals and principles in this world. And then, see, it's these programs out here. I was watching this thing today, and they was talking about they're going to teach the kids how to play basketball. That's how they're going to get to them. I'm like, playing basketball? Yes, basketball gives you discipline to a certain extent, but it don't give you life discipline. Some people probably disagree with me on that. But if you have real morals and principles that you're standing on, this is what gives you life discipline. And if you're taught to live that way from a child, when you do get a woman or a woman gets a man, they're going to know exactly how to be with each other because they both been living the same principles or certain principles. So sisters, once again, get a man that's living on principles. That's going to help you out in life. He going to stand for something, right? Make sure he has codes that he live by. And brothers, when you're young, focus on getting your money and focus on becoming a better man. So when you're ready to find a good girl, you can support her. You can take care of her. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you what it is. I just celebrated 17 years of marriage. I've been my woman for like 20-something years. I can tell you a little something. And we went from an arguing couple to a loving couple who loves life today. I know what it's like to be in a not, well, we was always in a good relationship, but we were young. Y'all know how young couples do. You argue, you don't understand each other, back and forth, back and forth. So I know what it takes to grow in a relationship. It takes understanding. It takes trust. Trust is the number one thing. Understand, you need trust. Trust. And sometimes if you know your woman living on certain principles and you living on principles, that's going to make y'all trust each other because y'all know y'all can convict each other if somebody breaks certain laws. Trust is so important. I don't know how I got to talking about family and life, but I'm just going with the spirit. I'm going with the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, family. That's what I want to say to y'all tonight. This is your time. This is your time for growth, for prosperity, whatever you think you can have in this world at this moment. Whatever you think you can have in this world at this moment. I'm not just saying that to make you feel good. I'm telling you the truth because of the timeline. Whatever a person is, that's exactly what they're about to get. Starting in 2025. Really before then. Because our calendar is not the right calendar anyway. So it can happen at any moment. But mark my words, and remember I told you that you're going to start telling people like, man, I feel like something missing in my life. Are you sad? Are you hurt? No, I'm not sad or hurt. Something's just different. And you're going to wake up and notice something different, right? Somebody asking about a book on the Eightfold Path. I have all of them. I have all of them. So get any book you can on the Eightfold Path. Joseph, can you please go live more, please, teacher? I'll try my best. You know what I'm saying? I go live a lot of different places. Patreon, you can catch me live a lot more. Right? And then my tribe, we go live in there. We talk every now and then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going live in different places. But at the same time, I always want to come back to where it all started. To my YouTube family. So, once again, family, get these books. Okay? They will be books that you're really going to need. Getting some type of energy work. Looking at the sun is one thing. But because of people's schedule, they can't always do that. So, get into some type of yoga. Y'all know the type of yoga. I'm not going to say it on here, but y'all know what type of yoga I talk about in my new book. The Way of Radiance. That can help you absorb even more solar energy. And it's a certain way you can. I'm just go ahead and say it. Just give y'all a gem. Pranayama. Okay. And it's the reason why I said that, but you got to read my book. But get into some type of yoga, family, right? Get into a set of principles. Get into some yoga, some mudras. Yes, mudras are yoga that can shift energy in your body. Mudras, yoga, even tantra practices, depending on what you want to do. Do some type of energy work. That's going to transform you, right? For me, I looked at the sun for many years. It definitely shifted my consciousness. And meditation as well. Meditation is always great. And then make sure you're working with a divine force, a deity, a God of your choosing. Make sure you're working with that. So you're following principles, you're doing energy work, you're working with a divine force in your life, right? Definitely make sure you're working with your ancestors. That's just important. Always honor your ancestors. That's a respectful thing. And read. Those are 5 things you need to be doing. Read to get an understanding, please, so you can understand what you're doing. I get too many calls on the phone with people who jump into stuff, advanced stuff, and then they call me, how do I get this done? What do you mean? You shouldn't be messing with it. If you got to call me and ask me how to do it, you shouldn't be messing with it. You need to start from the bottom. It's a beginning stage to that. Martial arts is definitely energy work. Mantras, speaking mantras is energy work. But the most powerful energy work you can do is a changed mind. Qigong, of course. But having your mind change is very important, family. Transform this. And like I said, in my opinion, the Eightfold Path is the best, family. All right? The Eightfold Path is the best. Okay? So I'm about to get ready and get off of here, family. It's been a little bit over an hour. Thank you guys for coming here watching. I appreciate you guys. I hope this video encouraged you and gave you some gems, some jewels to think on. Right? I just want to talk to y'all tonight, read to y'all a little bit, give y'all some things to think about. And everything I've been saying been happening and been coming true. And 2024 is the John the Baptist year, without a shadow of a doubt. is setting the stage for everything else in the future. And it's been happening. This has been a very incredible year. Now, prepare for glory. If you've been working hard and getting no results, prepare to get the results you want. If you keep following a path, the reason why you don't always get the results you want, you're being tested. They want to see if you're going to still believe and have faith in your spiritual work, even though you don't always get the results you want. Because if not, then you're just doing it to get something. That's why walking principles and living principles is very good, because it keeps you on a spiritual path. Even if you're not doing spiritual work, just living principles every day keeps you on your spiritual path, and you're growing spiritually. Just because you decided not to cuss that person out at your job that's talking about you. Now, if somebody harm you or put you in harm's way, you do what you got to do to defend yourself. I'm talking about regular, he say, she say, somebody cut you off in traffic, family issues. Keep integrity, keep your character, and stand on morals and principles, family. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we'll talk to y'all in the next live stream. I'll try to come on here more often. But I hope this video encouraged you guys. Peace and love. Peace and love. Let there be light. Talk to y'all later, family. Peace.